Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pastor Jerone TV. I'm your host, Pastor Jerone Davison. So what y'all think about President Donald Trump's address? What do you think? How you think he did? How you think he handled the situation? They shot missiles. They shot over a dozen missiles, maybe 14. And all 14 missiles missed the target, all right, where our U.S. soldiers were. Iran shot 14 missiles. And they purposely missed the target. Okay? No lives lost. Nobody was killed. I think Iran was trying to make out like they were just so bad enough to reply back to big America and shoot a couple of things to appease those who hate America, right? They know better than to do that. They know better than to do that. All right? So President Trump, he didn't respond last night. He told them that he was going to deal with it the next day. All right. I like that decision. I like it. You know why I like it? Because had he come out the same day, it would have made it as if it was some type of really big event when it wasn't. Okay. Look, I gotta always know, when you have the upper hand, when you're the bigger man, when you're the one that have the weapons, when you're the one that know how to fight, when you know that you can wipe your opponent out in a span in one moment, you don't respond as soon as they send something your way. You don't respond right away because you're bringing yourself down to their level. And I'm glad President Donald Trump didn't bring America down to the level of Iran. But if you listen to these TV pundits and these hate America and hate Trump media, they're making out, especially what's her name, Elizabeth Warren, who's running for president. I can't stand her voice. I can't stand the lady. But anyway, she's making out like America doesn't want to go to war with Iran. When she said it in that tone, it's like, wait a minute, you acting like Iran could handle the power of America. Let me tell you something about America. We don't have to leave our office. We don't have to leave any place in America and send something over there and wipe them out. It'll be just that easy. It's not a fight. It's not a war. These people talking about America don't want to go to, we don't have to go to war with Iran. Okay? Them people, they shot as it were, what they did was shoot as it were, some bottle rockets that you put in a bottle during the 4th of July or around the 1st of the year, and you just shoot it, send it up. That's what, it was nothing but bottle rockets. And they didn't even plan to hit the target because they didn't want the power of America to come down on them. So I wonder what you think about what President Donald Trump's response was. Here's what I think. I think it was awesome. I think it was awesome. I think his address was very awesome and profound. For one, he touted America's power. He touted our power while the American media does not talk about our power. It doesn't talk about how we have new weapons and the money that we spent on developing new technology and new weaponry. Okay? President Donald Trump dealt with that. He talked about how we have new missiles. He talked about the amount of money we spent and how we have different planes and drones to deal with. He talked about our strength as a nation. It was awesome. Okay? He didn't so much talk about the missiles that they shot, and which was good. But he said that no lives were lost. And I knew he was going to be measured with this based on the fact that when Iran shot down our drone, President Donald Trump asked those sergeants and lieutenants and those who were in the war room with him, he asked them, said, how many American lives were lost? They said none. And he says, well, it's just a drone. Okay? We can replace that. So we're not going to go over there and take any of their lives. And another thing, President Donald Trump is very measured, because here's the problem. The problem with Iran is that it's their leaders who are full of hell. Okay? But the Iranian people are some good people. They're good people. And President Donald Trump does not want to go over there and destroy their economy, destroy their income, destroy their money. And now the people are suffering when the leaders could fly to another country, use their money and go somewhere else and enjoy a better life, while Iran has to stay there and suffer the consequences. So I'm glad that he didn't go over there and shoot those 52 targets that he had mentioned. And I'm sure that the oil fields where it's at. And speaking of oil, I think another great point that President Donald Trump brought up, because you have these pundits on TV and these people talking about how America is just going over there to fight for the oil. No, nothing could be further from the truth. Do you follow the news? Maybe you do follow the news, but the mainstream media is not telling you that America is the leading transporter of oil in the world now. You didn't know that. We have our own oil. We're not dependent on the Middle East anymore for oil. See, the Bushes, the Clintons, and the Obamas was shutting down the ability of America to produce its own oil because they wanted to send our money over there to those Iranians and make them powerful and rich, because they were one of the ways that they were going to use to bring in the one world order. So they restricted us from producing this oil and digging in our own and bringing up our own resources and saying that using environmental safety and all that kind of stuff, when we have the ability to produce our own oil. But they were making us dependent on them. We're not dependent on them anymore. We don't depend on them for oil anymore. We sell far more oil than they do, and we produce more. Okay? So no, we're not over there for the oil. President Donald Trump also profoundly stated that although we have these great weapons, he says we don't want to use them. Look at the way he said it. The way he said it was a passionate way. And he said it in a humanitarian way. He says we have the greatest weapons. He says we have the greatest weapons in the world. That was a message to China and Russia too. And he says, but we don't want to use them. That was awesome. That was awesome. These people saying that President Donald Trump was going to be a warmonger, they lied. The man, he's never been that kind of a person. He's never been that kind of a person. Matter of fact, when he was complaining about some of these other presidents he said that we need to be pulled out of these wars. All right. But a war with Iran, America in war with Iran, come on, man, come on. Be mature in your thinking. America does not have to war with Iran. It's kind of like saying an adult is getting into a fight with a 3-year-old. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. It's child abuse. The adult is abusing the child because the adult has more power and strength, and it's not even you can't call it a fight. All right? You can't call it a war because Iran doesn't have that kind of power. They don't have that kind of arsenal. They don't have that kind of training. Okay? So, yeah, it was a lot of great things he said. And but the pundits was trying to make out the hate Trump media and the hate America media was trying to make out like Trump is getting ready to set off war to throw off from this impeachment garbage. No. See, this is handling business. This is what the president should be doing, is handling business. And we should not have ever given them people the ability and the right to develop nuclear weapons. These people are crazy. They're insane. You understand that? You don't want to give these crazy, you talk about, you have these Democrats over here trying to take away guns from people. They want to take away guns from people who have mental illnesses, but you want to give these people who have a record of shooting bombs, terror, and all that kind of stuff, and give them the money and the ability to develop a nuclear weapon to wipe out hundreds of millions of people. But you want to take our guns. You see that? Another thing that President Trump did during his speech was he exposed President Obama, because he said that the missiles that they shot at us was funded by the money, the $170 billion that President Obama sent over to them, personally delivered to them on a plane overnight. Okay, most of it was in cash. You don't think that billions of dollars, I'm talking about hundreds of billions of dollars, you don't think they used that to fund their terroristic ways? Huh? You don't, they were just taking care of their citizens, right? No. These people are killers, and they're very evil, very wicked. And this is when we talk about the one world order and these American-hating presidents who was before President Donald Trump. They hated America, and they wanted to see the sovereignty of this country handed over to the United Nations, right? But anyway, let me know what you think about that. What was your highlights? What did you like that Donald Trump said in the speech? He came out a little late, which most presidents do, but he did a really good job, and he showed a great temperament. He showed great patience. He showed great power by not retaliating to this little dumb thing. And they missed us on purpose now. Trust me. They missed the targets on purpose. They was not trying to kill any Americans. They were just trying to appease their supporters by retaliating for the death of Soleimani. All right. President Donald Trump took him out. I like what President Donald Trump also talked about, how he killed al-Baghdadi and how he wiped him out and how he killed Soleimani. And, you go straight for the ones that's making the trouble and not make the whole country of Iran suffer because their leaders are evil. That's a lot of wisdom. And we're thankful for that. But I don't think America has to go to war with our president because he shows a lot of wisdom and he has a multitude of counsel. And but he's also going to hit them with more sanctions. He's going to hit Iran with more sanctions. It's going to put them under a lot of more financial pressure until they change their behavior. All right, let me know what you think. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.